I said the little Leatherwinged Bat, I'll tell you the reason that I fly in the night is because I've lost my heart's delight. Howdy-dowdy-diddle-o-day, howdy-dowdy-diddle-o-day, howdy-dowdy-diddle-o-day with the diddle-o-wee diddle-o. I said the woodpecker sitting on a fence once. I loved a handsome wench. She got fickle and from me fled. Ever since my head's been red. Howdy-dowdy-diddle-o-day, howdy-dowdy-diddle-o-day, howdy-dowdy-diddle-o-day with the diddle-o-wee diddle-o. I said sparrow from his nest, I loved one, but she thought just ever since that dreary spring I vowed that I would never sing. Howdy-dowdy-diddle-o-day, howdy-dowdy-diddle-o-day, howdy-dowdy-diddle-o-day with the diddle-o-wee diddle-o. I said the robin, here I've stayed where once I loved a favoured maid. Beauty kindled such a spark that on my breast I bear the mark. Howdy-dowdy-diddle-o-day, howdy-dowdy-diddle-o-day, howdy-dowdy-diddle-o-day with the diddle-o-wee diddle-o. I said the hour my love is gone that I did so much dote upon, since my love I cannot find after her whoop and whine. Howdy-dowdy-diddle-o-day, howdy-dowdy-diddle-o-day, howdy-dowdy-diddle-o-day with the diddle-o-wee diddle-o. I said the blackbird all in dread, I've loved one but she has fled. Ever since my love I lack, that is why I'm mourning black. Howdy-dowdy-diddle-o-day, howdy-dowdy-diddle-o-day, howdy-dowdy-diddle-o-day with the diddle-o-wee diddle-o. Howdy-dowdy, howdy-dowdy, howdy-dowdy-diddle-o-day with the diddle-o-wee diddle-o. Howdy-dowdy-diddle-o-day, howdy-dowdy-diddle-o-day, howdy-dowdy-diddle-o-day with the diddle-o-wee diddle-o. I said the little Leatherwinged Bat, I'll tell you the reason that I fly in the night is because I've lost my heart's delight. Howdy-dowdy-diddle-o-day, howdy-dowdy-diddle-o-day, howdy-dowdy-diddle-o-day with the diddle-o-wee diddle-o. There's a home by the White, having more that wood sweet, or the broad open sea, and wide rivers where the waves wash ashore, whilst bulrushes they wave to the breeze, where the green ivy clings round the door, and the birds sweetly sing on each tree. Oh, me darling, they're toning their notes. Is Ar Eirinn the dawn. I do long for the light of her smile, and I do pray for me home, Colleen born, whilst I'm waiting for her by the steel. Oh, I'd climb all these hills of this land, and I'd swim to the depths of the seas to get one kiss from her lily white hand. It's Ar Eirinn Siusan toiled sore all these years of my life, through storms and sunshine and rain, and I would surely venture my life for to shield her one moment from pain. For she's been my comfort in life, and my comfort and joy she may be. Oh, she's my own, she is my promised wife. He's Ar Eirinn Siusan but when shall I call her my own? For it's married we surely will be, like a king and a queen upon their throne. We'll be living in sweet unity, for 'tis then I shall have a home of my own, and will raise such a fine family. Oh, 'tis then that her name will be known. But for Ireland I won't tell her name. He's Ar Eirinn Siusan. And now he's rewarded me to my last day, for he's gone to be wed to another. The bride and bride's party to church they did go. The bride she rode foremost and made a grand show, and I walked behind with my heart full of woe to see me love wed to another. Bridegroom and bride in church they did stand, cold rings on their fingers and love by the hand. The girl he has chosen, so beauteous and grand, she may keep him since I couldn't have him. La 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 dee da do, la la da da dee da da do, la la da da da, la 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 dee da do, la la da da da. I saw him, he was seated down neat. I sat down beside him, not a bite I could eat, for I found my love's company far better than meat, since love's been the cause of my ruin. The last time I saw him, he was splendid and grey. The more I gazed on him, the less I could say. So I dropped a wee curtsy and bid him good day. Farewell to all false-hearted lovers. La 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 dee da do, la la da da dee da da do, la la da da da, la 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 dee da do, la la da da da. Courted that young man for many long day, and slighted all others who came by my way. And now is rewarding me to my last day, for he's gone to be wed to another. So dig me a grave and dig it down deep, and strew it all over with primrose so sweet, and lay me down easy for no more to weep, since love's been the cause of my ruin. La la la, la dee da do, la la da da dee da da do, la la da da da, la 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 dee da do, la la da da da. Yes, love's been the cause of my ruin. Island was swarming like a scene in a costume ball. decked out in the colours of Europe, and on fire with the hope of it all. There my father's father stood huddled, with the tired, the hungry and scared. Turn of the century pilgrims, bound by the dreams they shared. They were standing in line just like cattle, poked and sorted and shoved. Some were one dusk away from sweet freedom, some were torn from someone they loved. Through the sprawling tower of Babel came a young man, confused and alone, determined and bound for America, carrying everything that he owned. And sometimes when I look in my grandfather's immigrant eyes, I see that day reflected and can't hold my feelings inside. I see starting with nothing and working hard all of his life. Don't take for granted, say, grandfather's immigrant eyes. Now he sits and stares out the windows, but his eyes are still just as clear as the day he sailed through the harbor, came ashore on the island of tears. And my grandfather's days are now numbered, but I won't let his memory die, 'cause he gave me the gift of this country and the look in his immigrant eyes. And sometimes when I look in my grandfather's immigrant eyes, I see that day reflected and can't hold my feelings inside. I see starting with nothing and working hard all of his life. Oh, don't take for granted, say, grandfather's immigrant eyes. No, I don't take for granted my grandfather's immigrant eyes. strongest of ties are those that don't bind. We think with our hearts much more than our minds. Our bodies are strong, but our souls are sublime, with a purpose that's driven and sweet. With one hand you borrow, and the other one lend. Our friends can be foes, and foes could be friends. When life is beginning, it's rushing toward end. It's all in the thread of the weave. Three folds in a cloth, and one napkin there. Three leaves of the shamrock, and one shamrock fair. Three joints and a finger, with one ring to wear. Three persons in God, and one God in prayer. Don't always shed light. The seeing are blind, and the blind have keen sight. The mercy we show could win over might, till we rest at our dear Saviour's feet. And the smallest of babes, with the wisest of souls, you must take on this life, not in pieces but whole. You can't feel the warmth if you've never been cold. It's all in the thread of the weave. Three folds in a cloth, and one napkin there. Three leaves of the shamrock, and one shamrock fair. Three joints and a finger, with one ring to wear. Three persons in God, and one God in prayer. It's all in the thread of the weave. When Bonaparte commanded his troops for to stand, and he loosened his cannons all over the land, and he loosened his cannons for victories to gain, and he slew my true lover, returning back home broken-hearted. I've wandered for the loss of my lover. He was my bonny light horseman in the war. He was slain. If you had seen my true love on a cold winter's day, with his rosy cheeks of red and curling black hair, well mounted on horseback for victories to gain, now he lies cold in battle for honor and fame broken-hearted I've wandered for the loss of my lover. He was my bonny light horseman, in the war he was slain. The turtle dove laments for her mate as she flies. Tell me, where, oh, where, oh, where is my true love? She cries. Tell me, where in this whole wide world is one to compare to my bonny light horseman that I've loved so fair? Broken-hearted I've wandered for the loss of my lover. He was my bonny light horseman, in the war he was slain. Broken-hearted I've wandered for the loss of my lover. He was my bonny light horseman, in the war he was slain. Now if I were a wee wren and had wings to fly, I would travel across the ocean to the place where he lies, and with all my downy feathers his wound I would dress, and contented my life long to lie at his breast. Broken-hearted I've wandered for the loss of my lover. He was my bonny light horseman, in the war he was slain. And if I were a blackbird, I'd caw and I'd cry. I would soar across the salt seas to the place where he died, and with all my blackened wings I'd beat over his grave, and I'd kiss the pale sweet lips that lie cold in the clay. Broken-hearted I've wandered for the loss of my lover. He was my bonny, bonny horseman, in the war he was slain.